into a life or death confrontation in the heart of the wilderness, where seemingly calm waters can erupt into a battlefield in a single breath. Before us lies the colossal hippopotamus, lord of the river, fiery, tenacious, and ready to crush anything that dares encroach upon its territory. Hidden beneath the murky water is the crocodile, a silent, patient predator, waiting for the precise moment to pounce and clamp its jaws like a steel trap. There is no room for error, no retreat, only instinct, strength, and the brutality of nature. Here, every lunge is a gamble, every surfacing is a matter of life or death. The hippopotamus charges like a tank, water splashing, mud flying everywhere, its deep roar echoing like thunder. The crocodiles retaliate with cold-blooded bites, powerful tail thrashing, and deadly whirlpools at the bottom of the river, where a mere second of being dragged down is enough to end it all. You'll witness breathtakingly dramatic moments, clamping, grappling, spinning, bouncing, and counter-attacking, as the hippopotamus uses its weight to crush, while the crocodile employs tactics to wear down and seize opportunities. But this battle isn't just about brute strength. It's a battle of wits between two survival machines molded by nature over millions of years. When the crocodiles begin to line up, closing in an arc, the hippopotamus is forced to turn, shielding its vulnerable areas and maintaining its central position. When the hippopotamus surges ashore to gain an advantage, the crocodile silently slides along the water's edge, seeking a new angle to strike. As the battle progresses, the light changes color, the river darkens, and every sound, from the bubbling water, hissing, roaring, to the tearing of reeds, makes you feel like you're standing right on the edge of the battlefield. And then, as the mud settles, as the swirling currents fade, only the tense, string-like silence of twilight remains. Who will hold on to the river? And who will retreat into the shadows? Don't take your eyes off the screen. For in this wild world, victory is sometimes just a wave's length away from defeat. If you're ready, we begin now. Just when you thought both of them had faltered, the water rippled as if something had struck from the bottom. A long wave ripped across the river. Mud rose in clumps. And then, boom, the crocodile suddenly lunged again, as fast as an explosion, aiming straight at the hippo's hind legs. The dry, cold clack of jaws hitting flesh was chilling, followed by the sound of water breaking like hailstones. The hippo roared, spun around, its mouth wide open revealing a set of teeth as thick as knives, and counterattacked with a sideways ran that sent the water turbulent. But the crocodile didn't need to win by brute force. It only needed to pull, only needed to hold, only needed to unbalance its prey for a few fateful seconds. And then, from the reeds on the bank, another head emerged, then a third, then a fourth. The crocodiles began to apply pressure, silently like living anchors, cornering the hippo in deeper water. The atmosphere was so tense you could almost hear the calm before the storm. Only the heavy breathing, the bubbling of water, and the rustling of grass as the colossal figure twisted and turned. It recoiled, puffed out its chest, stomped down on the mud like a stake, then suddenly lunged forward. That charge wasn't just a counterattack, it was a declaration of dominance. Water splashed high. Mud flew up like smoke. And the crocodile was thrown back, sliding a short distance. But its eyes never left the other. Each one waited for a single moment of vulnerability. A single breathless moment. To deliver the finishing blow. The light had now turned the greyish-yellow of late afternoon. The shadows of the trees stretched long. The water's surface gleaming like cold metal. In that setting, the battle became more brutal. For every movement was clearly magnified. The missed bite. The flip. The tail flick. The chest-shaking roar. Each time the hippo opened its mouth was a warning. Each time the crocodile dived was a promise, I'll be back. Then suddenly, everything slowed. A strange silence. The hippo stood still. Its eyes still fixed on the water's surface. The crocodile lay close to the shore. Only its rough back and eyes like two stone. Protruding. No one dared risk another senseless blow. This was no longer a spontaneous fight, this was a battle of endurance. Whoever lost their composure first, whoever made the first mistake, paid the price. And do you know what's most terrifying? In nature, there are no referees. There's no stop. When the final moment arrives, it comes quickly and coldly like a blade. So don't blink. Because in the very next scene, just one swift jerk, one deep pull, or one bite to a vulnerable spot, everything will change to a conclusion you won't have time to breathe. The water suddenly became suspiciously still. No gunshots. No roars. Only small ripples spread slowly, as if the entire stretch of river were holding its breath. The hippo stood there, its massive body tense, every muscle fiber trembling slightly with its heavy breathing. It knew, this silence was more dangerous than combat. For crocodiles never leave until they are certain. And at that very moment, from beneath the murky water, a sudden pull occurred. Not a charge. Not a noisy bite. But a silent, cold attack. A crocodile had managed to clamp onto its hind leg, trying to pull the hippo off balance. The water swirled violently, mud rising like gunpowder smoke. The hippo slipped half a step, just half a step, but enough for the entire battlefield to erupt again. A deep, resonant roar, like the roar of an engine, echoed. The hippo spun around, its mouth wide open, its teeth clashing together with a dry, chilling sound that made the entire pack of crocodiles recoil for a split second. It was a final warning. It didn't retreat. It didn't panic. It charged. The counterattack was so fierce that the water seemed to explode. One crocodile was flung away, spinning sideways in the mud. Others immediately dived deep, scattering to avoid the overwhelming weight. In a few short seconds, the tide turned. The hippo regained its footing, standing firm in the shallow water, where the advantage clearly lay with strength. But make no mistake, this wasn't a complete victory. The crocodiles weren't fleeing. They were merely retreating strategically. Their rough backs gradually disappeared beneath the water's surface, their eyes vanishing behind small ripples. The predators accepted a step back, waiting for another opportunity, perhaps nightfall, perhaps tomorrow, perhaps when the hippo was weaker or less vigilant. Sunset fell. A faint red light reflected on the river's surface, dyeing the mud and water a dark hue. The hippo stood there, breathing heavily, ears perked, eyes fixed on the water for not a second. It understood the rules of the game here. There were no absolute victors, only temporary survivors. And as night fell over the savannah, the battle ended not with death, but with prolonged tension, something more terrifying than blood and roars. For in the wilderness, the most dangerous battles rarely end before nightfall. As darkness descended upon the river, everything seemed to settle down. But in reality, it was only transitioning to a new phase. Night was the crocodile's territory. The temperature dropped. The light vanished. And those cold-blooded predators became more patient, more dangerous. Beneath the pitch-black water, long shadows silently drifted to the bottom, so close that a single misstep would negate all the hippopotamus's daytime advantages. The hippopotamus stood there, near the shore, its massive body like a living rock. It wasn't sleeping. It wasn't relaxing. Each breath was heavy, each ear twitch a survival reflex, because it knew very well, if it turned its back, if it was careless for even a few seconds, the crocodiles would return, silently and ruthlessly, far more so than during the day. In the distance, the water stirred slightly. No splashing, no mud flying, just a small ripple, so small that if you weren't paying attention, you would miss it. But in this world, the smallest signs often foreshadow the greatest danger. The crocodiles don't need to charge loudly. They just need to approach. Wait for the hippo to tire. Wait for its feet to slip deeper into the water. Wait for a single mistake. This is no longer a battle of brute strength. This is a battle of nerves. Who will exhaust themselves first? Who will abandon their safe position first? Who will gamble first? And when one side makes a mistake, the outcome will come so quickly there's no time to cry for help. Then, gradually, the night passed.